RPG Maker horror games are a one-of-a-kind experience. You can take something away from the game in which may not be able to be rediscovered in another kind of game out there. And a lot of these games are always made with a lot of love and passion, something that you do in your spare time, something that you take seriously. Alongside other things as well. Alongside, what even is that word? It could be a particular character. It could be a storyline. It could be a quote in the game. It could be the art style. It could be the art itself. It could be other kind of visuals. It could be a puzzle. It could be a riddle. It could be an ending of sorts. It could be something that has put you into tears, like a very emotional moment. There are so many moments that happens throughout RPG Maker games that could put a tear or two in your eyes. And that's a good thing, because it shows that that story really hit with you. So I'm going to ponder you the question that is on the title of this video. What is your favourite RPG Maker horror game? It could be something popular like Eve, or it could be something from Steam like Tales of the Black Forest, or it could be something incredibly not that well known like, let's say, White Sky, or Behind the Nightmare, or Creative Heart. It could be popular, it could be something that only you may know or are sharing. But regardless of its popularity, there's always something within these games that you take away and you think, yeah, I'm really glad I've experienced this game. Whether it's for any of the reasons that I stated earlier, puzzles, colouring, I don't want to say colouring, visuals, etc. For me personally, there are two RPG Maker horror games that I have a big soft spot for, and both of them are for very different reasons. One of them is The Witch's House, particularly the MV version, which I feel is one of the best RPG Maker horror games out there. It's a very well known one, but also everything within the game to me really speaks volume. From the story of the game, which, let's be fair, it doesn't have a lot of dialogue in it, but whatever dialogue it has in it is really good. And also with the Diary of Ellen novel, it really gives a lot of backbone as to why the characters in the game are the way in which it is. It's a very dark story, but it is one which really pulls your strings. And I like that. I like the puzzles in the game as well. They're really creative. And also I think as well in The Witch's House MV, the puzzles in some ways have some kind of synergy with the story itself. But I love everything about The Witch's House MV. It is one of the closest games I can think of that is perfect. But there's no such thing as a perfect game. But if there was one, it would be The Witch's House. Now, for the other game I mentioned, it's Midnight Train. This is another game which is up there for me thinking, this is my favourite RPG Maker horror game. But it's not even a horror game, but it's a dark game in itself, and one which can give you that kind of horrific vibe. The characters in the game all go through some kind of turmoil and ordeal, and it's a midnight express that is not exactly an expressful journey that's positive for the characters. Perhaps the experience of going through that turmoil, in which each of them do, is kind of positive, but only from a learning experience, not for a emotional positive experience. Whether it's with Luna's turmoil, or Neil's turmoil, or Apollo's turmoil, or Diana's turmoil, or Celine's turmoil, or any of the other characters in the game. Every single game out there in which you play, you get something out of it. Some of them more than others, but I truly believe that for me personally, The Witch's House MV and Midnight Train are two of some of the best RPG Maker horror games out there. One day I could say The Witch's House MV is my favourite game, and then another day I'd say Midnight Train is my favourite game. But then there are other games which are out there thinking, these visuals are lovely, and another game is like, the story in this game is lovely, or the puzzles are very well designed. You get something out of every single kind of experience. I forgot to breathe there, which is why I sighed. But you get something out of any of these games, and that's why I truly appreciate each and every one that I play, regardless if I don't enjoy every aspect about it, or there might be an experience with, let's say, Elevator Ritual or Nightmare of Malini, in which is not the greatest experience, especially for the player's sake as well. But at the end of the day, I'm glad that they're there, even if I don't appreciate every single fragment of it. And I think it's okay to not like every aspect of a game. But at the same time, it is also good to acknowledge that there are weaknesses in every single game that there is, regardless of your viewpoints of them, whether you think the game overall is brilliant or if you think the game overall is not that brilliant. But that's what I find truly fascinating with these kind of games, is that there is something for everyone. So my original question to you is, what is your favourite RPG Maker horror game? And why are, why is it, or why are they your favourite ones?